So yeah, season 17 is finally where I quit and leave Destiny and delete everything to make sure that I don't come back. So let's talk about it. First and foremost, reason why I'm deleting instead of just uninstalling and not playing is because every season it's promised to be this big, crazy, amazing thing, and it's going to melt your mind and blow your mind, and all the devs are tweeting out Bungie in capitals, when clearly they just don't care about this game anymore. They're working on their new projects and they just keep this going, and they spread the content so thin that community has little bits of ups here and there, like, oh, new content, new this, and then they go into the same old law of, oh, we hate this game, and then Destiny just keep that going forever, and they're never going to change, they're never going to improve, they're never going to do something incredible, and they're never going to change the seasonal setup and the way it works and how boring it is. So I think it's time to bow out. If you are liking season 17 and you like everything about this game, more power to you. I hope you play it for the rest of your life. However, this game is not up to the standard and quality that we know for Destiny and Bungie to be at. Let's talk about this season specifically, and last season tied into it. Last season was the season I was going to leave, and I was going to make this video last season. However, Void 3.0 surprised the hell out of me. I had so much fun being involved with making builds and classes for Void 3.0 because it was very interesting and fun to play and build. Solar 3.0 doesn't really have the same effect for me, and I'll talk about it in a second. But everything else, let's talk about with this season. The return of the Leviathan. Great time to bring it back, I think, but I just don't think they brought it back in the right way. Having it be a patrol area is pretty cool, but there's not exactly a lot of things to do because it's relatively small. It's very full and feels immersive, but it's very small and in that sense quite empty, whereas Savathun's Throne World from last season was humongous and extremely empty. They need to find some sort of middle ground where it's like a significantly sized area with a significant amount of things to do within the patrol. New stuff, or returning stuff and new stuff. We've got Menagerie Weapons, new sets of armors, which are fine. If you've already got sets of armors, you don't really care about the new armors, they're just there to be collected. Some new exotics, which are fine. They're probably going to work pretty well with Solar 3.0. But it's the same old rigmarole of having to find them, grind them, get good rolls, you know, the way it is. Then you have Menagerie Weapons, which I'm assuming most people just want the Stringer and the Beloved, and if you played before, you probably have good enough rolls on them, and the like slight new perks, the origin traits and stuff aren't really going to affect the gun that much. If you're in a certain way of playing, the little tiny things that they add to the game isn't going to change your gameplay. You're not going to go grind another Beloved because of one slight little origin trait. 6 new weapons. Again, they're not going to be as useful as the weapons that you already have, even though the designs are pretty damn cool, I must say. Crafting. They had a real chance here to push crafting to the absolute moon, but they just added the weapons that you can get from this season to the crafting pool, which means it's the same old grind of getting red bordered weapons, breaking them down, crafting new weapons, the new weapons that, you know, aren't going to be as useful as the weapons you already have. They really could have made a statement here and put between 20 and 50 weapons into the crafting system, threw in a whole bunch of new perks, and really focused on crafting being the day-to-day grind of the game, because I feel like that would be what pretty much everyone would want to do. How you do that though with random rolls is another question, but I feel like crafting could be super important to the longevity of this game, but they're not doing enough with it. It's, you know, it's crap. So Solar 3.0, yes, there's going to be builds you can make, there's going to be things you can do with this class setup. However, I just don't think it's as interesting or as fun as Void 3.0 was, and this is kind of what I was waiting for with this season. And I think it's terrible, so there's no point in me playing this season anymore, and no point in me playing Destiny anymore. So what is it about Solar 3.0? I feel like, for the most part, when you're playing Solar 3.0 classes, the only thing that has really truly changed in terms of like of what you feel and use is just a few new animations. The clicking of your fingers, the Titan Shoryuken into the thing, and then the blowing up the trip mines with a hip fire shot, whatever. with Void 3.0, there was a very instant gratification for the time you've put into building your class. So you'd throw your grenade in, it would kill a whole bunch of people, then they would all explode and kill other people. You can get, you know, your health back and regeneration back and wells and elemental wells fairly easy. So it just felt like a really nice flowing system of interesting visuals and fun gameplay. Solar 3.0 does not have that for me. It's very much about applying burns and scorches and health regeneration instead of instant regeneration. So it's it's one step down from Void 3.0 in terms of healing, but you know, it feels like it's more geared towards teamwork rather than an individual player. So as a solo player, it doesn't have much interest for me. Yeah, I can go and apply burns to people, but I can't viscerally see that or have an instant gratification from putting someone on fire. It's just like playing solar as it always has been, with a few new animations and a semi-cool move to do. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't feel interesting to play specifically as a solo player. Now, if you make builds and you go into a raid or a dungeon or whatever, and you know, you're helping out your teammates, etc., then, you know, I reckon you could probably have more fun. But I just dislike how they solely lean into kind of, not solely, sorry, they lean into this kind of like healing support class for varying things. Destiny doesn't need that. It's not World of Warcraft. Nobody is ever truly choosing to heal their teammates. People want to play the game, they want to shoot people, they want to do damage, they want to hurt people, they want big numbers, they want crazy animations, they just want to enjoy the game that they're playing. Sitting there healing your teammates and stuff, nobody wants that. Nobody wants that. And I feel like Solar 3.0 does not kind of make the solo experience, at the very least, interesting or fun. It just seems crap and boring and empty, much like Destiny last season and partly this season too. The story seems interesting, but I'm not gonna, you know, I'll just watch someone else play it, because I'm not sitting here every week to log on for an hour and do, not even an hour, probably like half an hour to do the weekly quest. There is no reason whatsoever that for a single class, Warlock, Hunter or Titan, whichever one you choose, the first week of a new season, there is no way you should be able to complete one character in 3 hours. No way, no sirree, Bob. It's just ridiculous. It's pathetic in a lot of ways. So why am I deleting the game now if I've spent this much time, money and energy on it? Well, for one, I just think it's time. I just don't think this game's for me anymore, and I think you'll see that from a lot of people. But I'm also deleting my characters so that I don't get sucked back into it. You know, I can't sit here and make an excuse and be like, oh, you know, I'll play Destiny new season because this looks cool. I got no choice now. Everything's deleted. I'm not going to bother going in and even trying to play a new season or something. It's just an easier way for me to just disconnect from the game because I think it's time. The one thing that saddens me is, yeah, people enjoy this game and, you know, they're happy with what they bring out, but it's not good enough. And I think a lot of content creators are scared to really truly say anything because of their place in the internet, you know, and their communities themselves and working with Bungie and stuff. And that means that Bungie are never going to learn, they're never going to change, they're going to continue to do this half-assed seasonal content, and they're just going to make their new game and leave Destiny behind. So I'm just going to leave it behind before they do, because it's going to happen. And the thing that's going to annoy me is this video itself, there's going to be so many people, oh, you don't know what you're talking about, rah, 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 rah. The game is amazing, it's in such an incredible position. Okay, come back to me in 3 weeks, because every single time there's a new DLC, a new season, whatever, I say similar things to what I'm saying now in the first week, and I get those same comments. Then 3 weeks later, everyone's talking about the same things I'm talking about. So I'm expecting that to happen. And, you know, if you leave a comment on here being mean, just make sure you apologize when you know I'm right. So what goes with my channel now? Well, to be honest, I think I'm coming to the end of YouTube as well. I might stream here and there with some random games, but unless something significant comes out in terms of video games, I don't think I'm going to bother with YouTube anymore. The only thing that I can think would even interest me in coming back and making videos is Hogwarts Legacy. But, you know, I think I'm probably just going to end up solo playing that off camera and stuff. So this may very well be the last video I ever make. It might be the last time you ever hear from me. And it's been a fun ride. It's been great. I appreciate you all watching, listening. If you're still here at the end of this video, you are the few people that I have done this for over nearly 8 years on YouTube, probably closer to 10 YouTube. People like you who watch the end, who talk to me, who invest time with me. I appreciate you. I love you. Maybe I'll see you again. Maybe I won't. Destiny sucks. Developers need to stop screaming Bungie every time there's a DLC, because what they release is trash, and their comments prior to it don't warrant that it's not warranted because the content's shit. And now I'm going to end the video. Bye.